everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here and you didn't already, my name is Tarrah and thank you so much for being here. And if you like commentary videos with a little bit of makeup and lifestyle, and if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell down below so you don't miss on any of my new... Why do I always do this? Today we are going to be doing a little bit of a get ready with me. Well, not a little bit, we are doing a get ready with me. If you guys didn't know, and don't follow me on Instagram, you should be following me on Instagram. I have been redoing my entire filming room. I painted, I've been decorating. I still have a few things I want to get for this whole situation back here, but let me know how you guys are feeling it. Are we digging the colors? I'm loving it. I wanted something more like clean for back here, if that makes sense. There has been a lot going on in my life recently, and I wanted to sit down with you guys and just kind of do my makeup and talk about what's been going on. My chair always wants to move, so just ignore that. I thought it would be more fun for me to kind of go over everything with you guys while doing my makeup, so you guys kind of have something to look at, and I have something to do instead of just rambling, because we all know I love to ramble. The last month or so has been super busy. I have been just redecorating, like I said, this entire filming room, setting up different kind of backgrounds for different videos. I have been working a ton on my second channel, Talking with Tarrah. I think it was set to launch August 1st, actually, and then I was just so busy with my work, my job, because we were so short-staffed. I have everything pretty much ready to go. I just need to kind of sit down and do everything. I've been super sick the last probably 2 weeks now. I have a really bad cough, and if you can't tell, I'm kind of stuffy. So I want to make sure that my voice is 100% Tarrah ready so that, you know, everything is as perfect as I want it and imagine it in my brain. Super excited for that channel though, you guys. It's going to be so raw, so uncut. It's just going to talk about so much stuff that I've gone through in my life. A lot of stories from my active addiction, a lot of stories from my childhood. Super excited for it, and I hope you guys are excited for it as well. If you're interested in that type of content and that sounds like something you would like, and you would like to get to know me a little bit better, then I will link that channel down below. There's no content on there right now, but I promise you guys, there will be a lot of content on there soon, and when we get a little bit deeper into this video, you will find out why. My kids are always listening to the TV so loud. Am I the only mom where their kids listen to the TV at volume 100? Because I swear it's like my kids are deaf or something. I mean, I know they're deaf when I'm calling them, but that's selective hearing, but I swear it's only when I'm calling them in TV is when they're deaf. Any other time, I swear they can hear everything. What is with that? Like I was saying, my health has not been the greatest the last few months. I have been sick constantly. It started at work. I started running a fever of about 99, so like a low-grade fever. And then it started running into the high 101s. I went and had the test done for the virus that's going around. You guys know what I'm talking about. And I've had 3 of these tests done already because I keep getting sick and they can't figure out why. And of course my test came back negative, but we still don't know what is going on. Next time I go to see my doctor, we are going to run some more tests. And while I was waiting for my COVID test to come back, my kids ended up getting sick with this cough kind of a thing, and now I have that. So it's just been kind of a lot going on health-wise, and that brings me to what the title of this video says, and that is my job. As you guys know, I cook for a living. I have been cooking for about 15 years. I started off as a good old McDonald's worker. And then I worked my way up. I have been a head chef. You know, I've been doing it for a long time. I was working at the job that I've been at for 3 years off and on, and everything was going really well. I left about 1.5 years ago for 7 months because I was dealing with really bad bullying. And then I ended up going back once that employee that was bullying me ended up leaving. And I was really happy there for a while. Things were going great. And then I started dealing with a lot of health issues. We ended up closing when, you know, everything happened in this world. And I had gotten sick right before we had closed. And then right when we opened back up, I had gotten sick, probably because my immune system was so low, and I already have a low immune system because I have fibromyalgia, which is an autoimmune disease. A few weeks ago, I had gotten sick, like I had said, started getting sick, I should say, with a fever. Couldn't figure out why. At my work, we had a policy that we had to have our temperatures taken every single day when we came in. And if we had a fever of 100.4 or above, we had to be sent home. Well, that applied to anybody but me. And I thought that was ridiculous. I still had to work with a fever, being sick, and then I started having other symptoms. I had called my doctor. My doctor had told me that I had to have a COVID test done because of my symptoms before I could be seen by him. And mind you, I go to my doctor every 4 weeks as it is currently because I have so much going on all the time. I had a surgery done a few weeks before, and I had to work the day after I had my surgery when I had requested the 3 days off of my surgery, like the day of my surgery and then 2 days after. And they made me work. They also wanted me to work with a pending COVID test, and I didn't think that that was right. And then I got this big spiel from my manager about how it's not fair, that I'm sick. Now, mind you guys, I never take time off. I had all these vacations planned for this past summer that I requested off in the winter of last year that I didn't take because of everything that happened in the world, right? So this manager tried to basically tell me that I had taken all this time off during the summer, which I hadn't taken all this time off. I had taken 4 days off to go to like this memorial thing and this thing with my friends for my friend that had been murdered. I honestly really didn't take that much time off. I tried explaining to the manager like, hey, the reason why I'm getting sick and then I'm out for days at a time is because when I'm first sick, I'm not allowed to take the time off and let my body rest. So I'm overworking myself. And then, you know, my immunity gets lower and then I get sicker and then I'm out for the count kind of a thing. And mind you, I've worked there so long. They know my health history. It's not anything brand new. And I want to say now that it was mainly the manager, not the owners of where I work. So I don't put any of this on the owners. The owners were actually being super understanding about everything and super great. Now, could they have been being that way to my face and then behind my back saying something different? Abso-fucking-lutely. But to me, they were being super understanding about it. I basically told my manager that if they were going to make it a big deal about me taking time off while waiting for a COVID test, that I was just going to have to put my notice in. And this manager went from like 0 to 100 in 5 seconds. Next thing I know, she's attacking my character, kind of, like I said, bringing up the fact that I take all this time off, and which I didn't and I don't. My average hours were more than anybody's that works there, more than my managers. And, you know, I'm that type of person where I care deeply about my job. I feel like my job and me being good at my job is like just part of me, if that makes sense. It makes me feel good about myself to be good at my job. And I'm a perfectionist. So like, I don't know how to explain it, but I know I'm a damn good worker, and I know I'm a reliable worker, and I know that I'm a hard worker. So it just really kind of frustrated me that like the only thing that this person, this manager could attack me for was that I took time off. Which, like I mentioned to them, who cares if I took time off? As long as it's requested ahead of time and I'm being responsible, who cares? It's not like I call off all the time. I never call off. It's not like I no call, no show or something like that. You know what I mean? I ended up just basically telling the manager, like, if you're going to make me work, which it's illegal, and if OSHA found out they would have your head, then I'm going to put my notice in. I contacted the owner and I'm like, this is what's going on. The owner begged me not to leave, not to put my notice in. And I just said, you know, okay, well, we'll see how it is. I really want to sit down with the manager though, because I want to have a discussion with the manager, because I don't agree with this behavior towards me about me being sick. Like, all of this stemmed from me being sick. This is disgusting behavior that a manager is having towards their employee just for being sick. You know what I mean? Like, let me know down below in the comments if you agree with what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean, guys? Like, I've been a manager, I've ran kitchens, I've ran establishments, and I have never treated one of my employees like that. If they're sick or dealing with health issues, health and family are most important in my eyes, and always have been that way. As long as you give me enough notice, like, but in my opinion, that manager just didn't want to work more, and, you know, it is what it is. We all have those managers. The owner was begging me not to leave, and like I said, I was like, okay, well, I really want to have a discussion with this manager. I want to sit down with them because there's quite a few things. I have a huge list of things that I find unprofessional this person's doing. So unprofessional, you guys have no idea. The owner is like, yes, I think that'd be a great idea. I had a doctor's appointment the next day with my doctor, like a telecom appointment, because again, I couldn't see him until I had my COVID test back. On the telecom appointment, my doctor says, you know, if you don't have COVID, we really need to have some more tests done, because this has been the 5th time this year that I've had an unknown fever, high fever, with swollen lymph nodes or nodes, however you say it, and basically no rhyme or reason of why I have these things going on. It's like, it could be an infection from your surgery that you just had. Like, did you take time off? Have you been lifting? And I'm like, no, I wasn't allowed to take time off, even though I requested the time off months in advance. Everything between me, the manager, the owner happened through text. I texted the owner, let them know how my doctor's appointment went, because they wanted to know how the appointment went, obviously. So let them know how the appointment went, and they asked me if I was okay with sending this information to the manager. I said, of course. And then the next thing I know, I'm getting a message saying, well, we are accepting your resignation. We're accepting your resignation that you put in yesterday. Please take care of your health. You know, we care about you, you know, all blah, 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 blah. Basically, in my opinion, it's just blah, 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 blah. A part of me was kind of mad, like, really, I've given you guys 3 years of my life. I busted my butt there. I didn't get time and a half for working overtime ever the entire time that I worked there. I mean, there's just so many things that I could go on and on and on about, but I loved my job and I love my customers. I love what I did. A part of me was like, you know, I should be focusing on my health. I should be focusing on me and, you know, my family, and just focusing on getting me right. You know what I mean? Oh, there's so many pretty shimmers in this palette. If you remember and watched my Ulta haul, I hauled this in that video, and it's my first time playing with it, and I don't know what shimmers I want to use because they're all so pretty. To make a really long story short, even though I made this story really long, oh, that is so gorgeous. I am now unemployed. I'm unemployed, and I don't know if I got fired or I quit. Mind you, before my resignation was even put in or accepted or whatever, the manager blocked my text messages and blocked me on Facebook. Like, before anything even was said and done. How freaking unprofessional is that? And I hope they're watching this, because, oh, that's so unprofessional. I'm currently unemployed, and at first I was kind of like, oh my God, like, what am I gonna do? Am I just gonna be like trying to find another job? Am I gonna worry myself? As you guys know, or if you don't know, I am the main breadwinner of the house. I'm the one that always has worked full-time. Kyle's always worked a part-time job, like a side job, and I've always been the one that's brought in all the income in. So I thought Kyle was gonna be like, oh my God, you need to find another job, because jobs aren't really hard for me to find because I have such a good resume, and all my past employers, I have really good references. You know what I mean? I never, ever, ever have an issue finding jobs. And actually, I went into town the day before yesterday, and I had people asking me like why they hadn't seen me and stuff at my old job. And I told them what happened, and I had so many job offers, you guys. I was kind of like, wow, I didn't know like my work ethic showed through to customers enough for them to want to offer me a job at their establishments. But it made me feel really good about myself, and it made me like realize like I'm way better than the company that I was working for. It's not a company, but way better than the business that I was working for. I had a meeting with the owner the same day I went into town, and you know, they seemed to really want me to work on myself, or my health, I should say, and just kind of get my health in check. And I thought like maybe I'll get like a part-time job or something, you know, something that I can work like 2 days a week, still bring in some income. Isla's been so super supportive of me. You know, we've been together almost 7 years. Halloween will be 7 years. And we've gone through so much, you guys. It said to me, like, we'll make it. We make it through everything. And he's absolutely right. We always make it. We always make it through everything. And, you know, we'll figure out a way to get around this. The pandemic happened, and my place of employment had closed for 5 weeks. I had to go on unemployment. And after waiting so long for unemployment, like I was already back to work before I received my unemployment, I started saving like crazy when I went back to work, because I was so scared of, oh my gosh, what happens if I have to wait 6 weeks for a paycheck again, you know? And luckily, you know, Kyle had his part-time job, so we were able to get by. But, you know, what if I hadn't paid my car off when I had gotten my taxes, you know? Just things like that. So it really got my butt into gear about saving, and I highly recommend, if you can, saving every week out of your paycheck. You can always tell when it's winter time because my dandruff starts to come back so bad. But even if it's $20, it's something, and you never know when something is gonna happen, like an emergency, and you're gonna need that extra money. I had been saving literally all summer long, all my tip money, all my change, saving a little bit out of each paycheck. I started off saving just like a small amount, and then I got to the point where I was budgeting well enough to where I could put half of my paychecks away and really save for things like fuel and pellets for the winter, and save for a new vehicle. When I was dealing with all this stuff with this job, I was like, well, I have a little bit of savings. I will just have to be careful about what I'm spending my money on, obviously. I have a ton of stuff that I've been decluttering this past year, as you guys have seen in some of my previous videos, that I've been reselling, and now I can spend more time with my kids. My son really still doesn't understand like the working stuff, but he would ask me every day, do you have to work today? And I would tell him yes, and then he would get really upset. He's a Virgo through and through. And then my daughter, when I told her that I wasn't going to be working, she was so happy, you guys, because she could have me home. And I worked night shifts, so like when the kids are in school, I literally would wake up with them in the morning, and sometimes I would be so tired because I'd be at work so late the night before that I would only be able to get up and do Madeline's hair really quickly. And like this year I was like, no, I'm getting up every morning and spending that time with them, because then I wouldn't see them once I got them on the bus until the next morning, because by the time they were coming home from school, I was already at work. And then by the time I was coming home, they were already in bed. And I worked every weekend, so I never saw them, like ever saw them. Like this summer was so sad. Like I hardly got to spend any time with them because we were so short-staffed and surprisingly very busy with tourists. So I feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. And even though it may not have been at the right time and may not be like, you know, the greatest thing in the world, you know, I'm kind of taking it as like, again, everything happens for a reason. And I want to cherish this time to like spend time with my kids, focus really heavily on my YouTube channel and making content for you guys. Like when we were closed for the 5 weeks, I was able to push out so much content. I was able to fully like be into everything because I had the energy and I had the time. I saw my Instagram growing for the first time in years because I was able to put effort into it. I was able to do things with my kids that I hadn't been able to do in a long time. You know, so it's just kind of like a blessing in disguise almost. And in all honesty, I feel like I really wasn't appreciated at that job. The manager's boyfriend would always tell me that she was jealous of me. The manager was jealous of me, and I never understood why, because like I wasn't trying to go after her job or anything, you know what I mean? After I put my notice in, or my resignation was accepted, however it is, I got text messages from so many people I worked with telling me that they were so happy that I finally took a stand and quit, and they were so proud of me, that the manager and the owners treated me like crap anyways, and that I always went above and beyond, and it was never recognized or appreciated. And now they will have to see their manager finally be a manager. And I couldn't believe it. And I knew I wasn't the only one that felt the way that I was feeling, but like, I also would tell myself, like, Tarrah, just because your priorities are, you know, to rotate food and not waste food and not serve food that's not good to serve and to be clean and sanitary, that doesn't mean that everybody's priorities are that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this lip color is so pretty. I just found myself stressing all the time. And then when I would have days off, you guys, like, I would be stressing that things weren't getting done because I knew when I would go back that there would be food that wasn't properly rotated and things were going to get dirty and, you know, things weren't going to be prepped the right way. So I didn't even want to take time off because I was so worried about my job. I'm very much a worker and I take pride in my job. I take pride in my work. And now I can put all that effort into my content. So it's like a win-win, you know? I knew I should have used a lip liner because I suck at applying lipstick. Lipstick is just that one thing for me. It's so crazy how when I line my lips, I get the best lip shape. I look so cute. Oh, the other day, you guys, I looked so freaking cute. I took the cutest photos for Instagram. Why can't I look like that every day? What even did you do with your lipstick, Tarrah? I don't even know. We are just gonna ignore this crappy lip application. So I really hope that you guys are excited and ready for a lot more content coming your way. I kind of want to start doing daily uploads or maybe like Monday through Friday uploads. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Let me know what kind of schedule you guys are digging. I also wanted to know what your favorite time of day is to watch the videos that I put out. Do you guys prefer morning, evening, late night? I'd really love that feedback from you guys. It actually helps me out a lot to know when you guys want to see the videos and stuff like that. And let me know if you guys think that I'm crazy for kind of just deciding to do this. I can't believe I might be starting to be a full-time YouTuber. Can you believe it? I can't believe it, you guys. I still might decide to get like a part-time job, like 2 days a week or something, like maybe waiting tables or something just for some extra money. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I would probably have to dye my hair back to a natural color, but I mean, it's just hair. I don't really care at the end of the day. I rhymed. It's just hair and I don't really care. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Get ready with me. I'm gonna go eat my chicken wings. I've been craving chicken wings all week and I finally bought some and Kyle made them on the grill and they look bomb. I just need to toss them in some buffalo sauce and they're gonna be so good. Alright guys, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or you can give it a thumbs down. It's all gravy, baby. At the end of the day, it's all engagement. And don't forget, if you like my vibe, don't forget to subscribe and I really hope to see you guys on the next one. Bye guys. Bye!